Hi everyone, Knock Knock Neo here. Another mental health Q&A that I'd like to share with you guys. Hopefully it has helped somebody, and I hope to help this person as well. So let's just get to it, shall we? So it is titled Advice on How to Stop Lying and Manipulating. That's a good one. People who want to learn how to do that, then maybe this will help you. Hi guys. I wanted to seek advice from someone because I really just don't know what to do and feel helpless. To put it simply, it's incredibly hard for me to stop lying and manipulating my friends, especially or mostly when it's about me having fucked up in some way. I also keep intentionally doing bad things that profit me in some way, but then aggressively repressing the effect of them. This might sound horrible, and while I know that this kind of stuff is purely my responsibility, sometimes I struggle with even recognizing my actions as something I can control, and not as things that just happen or happening to me where I'm just the observer. I'm a coward. The times where it's really important to be honest, it's like I am completely and utterly unable to even think about confessing. It makes me deeply uncomfortable, and even now, in respect to some lies that aren't revealed as such yet, or that I know I might tell, it doesn't feel like a genuine possibility in my head to own up to them, even in the slightest. Even if I do and try to be genuinely and wholeheartedly honest, then that pattern of honesty will remain for maybe a solid 2 days, okay, maybe a week or two, but that's not enough. Even now, I want to type that I am close to losing my job, but then in my head, I change it to in the past I was close to losing my job because of that. If I really try to reflect what caused that change to happen, I recognize that the reason I did that was that in my head, maybe my friends read this someday, and no matter if it's tomorrow or in 6 months, I did that change because if this post were to be read, I wouldn't want to find myself in the position of having to explain why I'm close to losing my job. They know that I was close in the past, but now, as of writing this, that's how lying and manipulating is tattooed into my brain. It really does not help at all that every single nook and cranny in my brain is tightly engineered to desperately squeeze the maximum amount of comfort out of every situation I find myself in. Deep down, I know these lies are temporary. I know that these lies will come out anyway, but I feel like I genuinely can't help myself at all. And it's gone to a point where if I ask myself, I legitimately favor the option of having comfort now to confessing, even if it does mean that sometime later I have more problems than ever before. That sounds rough, but I feel that way, and I hate that that's how I genuinely feel. I know that I am utterly unable to start any conflict or debate, and I know that I hate myself in ways too multi-layered, painful, and suicidal to accurately describe in even 3 sentences. Years of laziness, confusion, incompetence, stupidity, intense emotions, and unreliableness on my part, even without the lying, and all of the specifics of it is stuff that I barely ever even seem to remember. Even though it happens to me all the time, and when challenged on it, I know that something, or rather a lot, is there. I really just don't know anymore. I am incredibly scared. Okay, so first thoughts after reading this is that is this person needs to break their narcissism. Okay, now about narcissism, everybody hears about toxic narcissism and everything like that, but narcissism is actually just another word for self-love, right? Babies are narcissistic because all they want to do is just love them. They want to be fed. They only think about themselves and stuff like that. So narcissism is actually a spectrum. It could be either healthy or unhealthy, and it'll fluctuate depending on where you are, right? So this person is going through some, I guess I wouldn't say that they're a narcissist, but but they still have that narcissism in them that we're all born with. And this person sounds very conflicted with wanting to be who they really want to be, but they're unable to break the narcissism of who they are in their head. They don't want to let go of the image of who they are. So this person, number one, like I said, wants to break their narcissism. Um, and another thing I want to point out here is, where is that one? I also keep intentionally doing bad things that profit me in some way. Doing things that profit you in some way is usually a surrogate for power. When you're feeling powerless, you do something fucked up, like stealing, for example, because you want, it's a surrogate for power. You feel like you do something bad to make yourself feel, and you do something bad and you want to get away with it so that you have a rush of power. You don't feel so shame about yourself. So this person at the end of their post says that years of laziness, confusion, incompetence, stupidity, and unreliableness and intense emotions. So this person sounds like they had a lot going on in their lives. Maybe I don't know what was going on, but it was enough for them to feel shame about it, and they don't want to, and they're afraid that this, whatever it is that this person is, whatever it is that's going on, that went on in their lives, losing their job because they're lazy, or being incompetent, being stupid, are all pain points. No one wants to admit that they're stupid. Nobody wants to admit that they're full of shame. Nobody wants to admit their mistakes. People would rather put on a facade of like perfection or even relatableness than confront who they really are. And for this person to want to stop lying and manipulating to their friends, they have to want to be a better person. Because right now, this person would rather be in the comforts of their narcissism, because because narcissism can protect you in a way, because like I said, nobody wants to be stupid, nobody wants to be ashamed, nobody wants people to see who they really are inside, right? Because it's such no one because it's just a pain point for a lot of people, right? So as long as this person wants to continue living in the comfort of their own narcissism, and living in the comfort of what is it, what they say, where is it, yeah, even if I ask myself, I legitimately favor the option of having comfort now to confessing, even if it does mean that sometime later I have more problems than ever before. See, they would rather favor the option of having comfort now. You have to want to be a better person for yourself and a better person for other people. And that want has to be greater than the want of having the comfort of that narcissism, of this like narcissistic facade that they want. Right? So, and that good feeling of, even if I do and try to be genuinely and wholeheartedly honest, that pattern of honesty will remain for maybe a solid 2 days. The want to have to be a good person has to be consistent. You can't be good one day because you want to be this, and then be back to your old self again. That's not going to work out. You have to consciously want to be a good person and focus on making the changes of wanting to be a good person. And being a good person is going to be a very painful process, because you have to look inside, and you're going to have to look inside and look at all the ugliness, look at the laziness, look at the stupidity, look at the incompetencies, look at the unreliability that you've went through, and admit to yourself and forgive yourself, because you didn't know any better, right? So forgive yourself for not knowing any better. And you have to promise yourself to do better, right? That's ultimately the path that this person has to take. Now, what's going to happen is that when you forgive yourself and you want to do better, you are going to slip and fall, because you can't just be, a crappy person and then just one day be a good person. It's going to be a process for this person, right? So you will slip and fall. There will be times where you're going to want to be a good person, and then you fall into your old habits, and then you become a crappy person again, and you beat yourself up. But you have to forgive yourself for messing up, and then prove to yourself that, say, you know what, I forgive myself. I know I can do better. And I want to show myself that I can do better by being a good person, by applying the things that I promised myself that I would, right? So if you want to stop lying and manipulating to your friends, I think the first thing you have to do is stop lying and manipulating to yourself, and stop, telling yourself that, and stop wanting to feel, because stop lying and manipulating to yourself, because right now you prefer the comfort of your narcissism. You prefer the comfort of these things, the comfort of hiding your shame, the comfort of hiding your embarrassing moments, the comfort of hiding all of that stuff. So once you want to become a better person, you want to be real with yourself, and you start doing the work, when you stop lying to yourself and you want to be more real with yourself, then you can start being real with the people around you, and then you can start to be a better person, and then you'll be a better person. But it will take time, it will take grace, it will take forgiveness, but it is totally doable. Okay, so I hope this helps somebody. Until next time.